Hello everybody, welcome back to another episode from Whalejaw 3D. In today's episode, we're going to roast my demo reel. If you watched the previous episode, which was this animation, a standalone animation in a music video format, you may have already seen it. For the sakes of those that haven't, shall we watch it again?
I'm telling you, man, come on, I've seen it over here, dude.
Oh man, are you sure about this? Looking real spooky, man.
Relax, man, this is gonna be so cool, dude.
Oh, okay.
Whoa, alright, check it out. The Batmobile, nice.
Oh man, I don't know. We better scram, man.
Alright, dude. Gnarly.
Alright, brother, that's so cool, dude.
We gotta get a closer look, man.
So, if you've watched this now the second time, after watching it yesterday, you'll be like, wait a minute, that's not the same video I watched yesterday. You are correct. Basically, what happened was, I'd used an unreleased song, and if this person said uploaded that song, it would have flagged up that it was in copyright of my video. Now that's just not fair, is it? There's something called an embargo, and I made a boo-boo. So the video has been removed, and obviously this has been remade now as a shorter clip, because the video was just a copy and paste of this anyway, but I was just like, check out this music, you know what I mean? So obviously, I've had to delete that video now, so if you watched it, well done. You'll find a lot of videos like that on this channel where they're live for 24 hours and then they'll disappear. So if you're not on the ball, you miss out. But you never know, some of you in the future like, I swear I've heard this song before. So what we're going to do today then, we're basically going to pick apart this animation. As an artist, you should always be trying to improve yourself. In order to do that, you must first reflect upon yourself. And when you do this, you'll come to the realization that you're rubbish. And in order to get better, we must overcome our flaws. So, what better way than to make a video and pick out all the things of this animation that suck? Like, you know what I mean? There's no background on that whatsoever. Where's the background? We ain't got none. I'm wondering if it'd be easier for me. No. So, if we watch the first scene. So, what happened there then? We basically got two cars coming in. One red car, one blue car. If the red car and the blue car had a race, yeah, can you remember? I went for that vibe. We can see they're both talking cars, aren't they? If you're interested, they're both Ford Fiestas, rally car spec ones. The blue one was the first ever car I made that was good. You know, when I was learning, it was probably like the second or third car I made. And I'd also, because I was more trying to do character animation at the time, and I'd learned how to do mouths, and it was like, I can make a talking car now, you know what I mean? So that happened. So it was nice to like have a bit of a blast from the past, you know what I mean, and introduce some of my old characters. Have some cameos, yeah? They're driving down a road. The road, I'd say, is acceptable. It's very basic. It's the same road I used in my tutorial of how to build a scene in Blender, you know what I mean? I kind of felt like I needed to stay on target with the channel. So, it's not bad, is it? The vocals from my friend Bradley, I don't know whether it's worth giving him a shout out or not. I don't know. It's just like, if you'd like to know, comment below. I'll share his handle. I don't know. I'm not very good at this. Well, it was my mate Brad anyway, you know what I mean? I've known him years. He's very good at YouTube. He's more a stream guy though. So he's like really good with voices and talking and just, you know what I mean? He's very fluid, he's very good. And I can't fault his vocals in any way, shape or form, so after giving them a shout out, I don't really want to talk about the vocals because in my eyes they're perfect. It might not be a popular voice on YouTube, you know what I mean? It's a bit, what can you say? It's a bit surf dude. But we call him the high guy. This high guy, he's high guy, and he's dumb high guy. Yeah? So there you go. This scene, really liked it. Is there anything I can spot that's wrong with it? Other than the lights at the rear, I tried to add some red light in the rear to like kind of define the shapes a bit better, but you can see a big blob here, can't you, of just light. That's a bit messy in my eyes. Could have done something better, but I was trying to not have to put backgrounds in because I'm just not that guy. I wanted speedy renders and I was getting like 1-2 seconds a frame with this, so I'd built my infrastructure. I had to tidy up these models no end on this as well, so it took a while. And then we moved to scene 2.
Oh, okay.
Whoa, alright, check it out.
The Batcave took me probably an hour or 2 to build. It was basically a bunch of free assets. Is it worth showing you? And Batcave Road. I built that whole animation with one file as well. I just kept carrying it on. The only scene that wasn't was that first scene there. And that was more because I was like building the models correct as to how I wanted them. Because I think even if we click on the file, I could probably show you a bit better, make it a bit spicier on the screen, won't it? So where we at? We're at like, if we put it back to 1, there's going to be some errors, but shall we see what happens? It's not going to work because of the camera as well. I've got multiple cameras in here. But if we look at our scene, we can basically see this is my Batcave. I just instanced one of these by pressing Alt and D rather than Control and D, because if you instance it, it's just copying the same one over again rather than making a brand new one it's got load in. We can basically somehow orientate ourselves around. If I turn these rocks off, it got quite heavy, this scene. There we go, we should be able to orientate, but you can see the scale of it, you know what I mean? It's quite a simple scene. I rode some poles because it kind of was floating, and then this area here, press I just to zoom in on it. We can see this is all it is basically. Turn a Batmobile on as well. Obviously, if you're rendering a scene with it not in, you wouldn't turn it on, would you? Turn that on, probably turn our rocks on again now. Yeah? So if we zoom out, this is basically... They pull up, it turns around. So if we come back in to have it, we basically drive up here. As we can see, it's pretty dark anyway, so I was like kind of getting away. I think I forgot to put the camera blur on. The f-stop. What's it called? The depth of field. I forgot to put the depth of field on that scene, so it's kind of pants. Yeah? So that's a big flaw straight away. It should be like focused on this guy, as it's like these seem too crispy here. That line there is too crispy. This is way too crispy. It should be all bokeh out. But it was a fast-paced scene. It was almost too fast. The pacing of this scene was too fast. But I'm the kind of guy, I render it once and I just send it. Move on, do something else, you know what I mean? As you can see, I enjoyed that bit there. There, where these two, like, and he back.
Oh man, I don't know. We better scram, man.
Because you gotta bear in mind, when I got sent the audio, all I said to him is 2 dudes find the Batcave and end up finding the Batmobile. And that's all I said. And this is what he sent me back, so I just worked with it. We get to display the guns. This scene's quite basic. The floor, I never really textured the floor, but at the same time, like, I've not textured anything in this scene. I was kind of enjoying just having just flat surfaces, you know what I mean? It renders quick, it's gonna get heavy quick. It's something I should progress towards, kind of thing. Because if I did texture this probably would be a lot schmexier of animation, but you know what I mean? I like this style. So artistically, this is the route I've taken. Should we watch a bit more then? My Batmobile, I love it.
Alright.
Yeah, I can't really fault my Batmobile. I love it. This guy here, I probably shouldn't have put the nollie in on the end, but I really liked the face tracking of like the camera movement. It felt like it had to go in. It was a good shot, and we had to illustrate that the blue car was driving off. If you look here, I've just noticed there the wheels poking through the wheel arch. So there we go. Roasted. Amateur.
No.
Now, as well, I'd like to explain the sound effect here. It's meant to be cheesy and rubbish because it's my mate's car on a dyno in like 4th gear starting from like 10 miles an hour. But he used to have the biggest, loudest exhaust, so we used to always just poke fun. It's that free Fiesta you can get on my website, yeah? It's that guy. That looked absolutely awful. That's the worst scene in the whole thing, I think. But it's one of those things you're powering on and you're like, I need to move on, I need to crack on. And the road wasn't wide enough. I'd already screwed myself, kind of thing. And that's why there was, because he drove off into the distance, the original clip. Can I even find the original clip? That's so cool, is it this? That drives off. No, I mean, it is the distance.
Alright, brother, that's so cool, dude.
Because, you know what I mean, it works, but at the same time, when you edit it, the flow was just like, that was too long, this bit here. It took too long. So I just had to cut it.
Alright, brother, that's so cool, dude.
But because you watched this, you got to see it anyway. This is why it's kind of nice to do these videos, really. So if we plough on through my rubbish video that I've closed, I think, by accident, I wanted to set it up so I could use that video clip that we made from the series of how to animate a car. Like, I put a lot of effort into that scene, so it was nice. I just wanted to fill it out either side, kind of thing. So this is what this scene was about, trying to like link them together. And if you look, because of that scene was using like tyre smoke, it was quite heavy to render. I used that fast GI AI thing. You know, when you're rendering, you come, where is it? On your light paths here, you can click fast GI approximation and it speeds it up loads, especially when you've got smoke. I had to turn that on, but it has a compromise where if you look at his eyes there, they're all black. They should be blue. So you lose a lot of detail when you do it, but sometimes it's like worth it, yeah? So that's a big fail on this scene. This scene was a complete and utter failure, but I'd done like 5 good scenes. I was on a roll, I didn't care, you know what I mean? You can't win them all, and I'm an amateur. So it's like leaving yourself a bit of room for improvement. So if we carry on.
Brother, that's so cool, dude.
And I think it was the next day. The timing of that is awful. How quick he comes up. Like how quick he pulls up. But at the same time, I was just like, I just need that one clip because I wanted to. The next scene took me like a whole evening to do, kind of thing. It was quite a complicated scene, and I was more interested in doing that, if I were honest. It's like a season finale for my channel, isn't it? You know what I mean? It's a bit of an advert if you want to know how to make a car in Blender and then animate it after. If you check my page, there's a couple of series and it'll help you out from start to finish. Help yourself. If you want some free models to speed up the process, click on my link and there's plenty of free cars to play with if you just want to animate, you don't want to build it. Otherwise, if you do, there's everything. It's a one-stop resource for you. And it's all free. I just want to make Blender fun for everyone. I had a lot of fun making that. I got myself a solid 100 views on it. I thought that was a win. You know what I mean? You picture 100 people in a room. That's like 3 classrooms worth of people. You know what I mean? Like, I'm happy. I have an audience. That's all I've ever wanted. Did you like my animation? So yeah, it's really simple to make yourself something. I think now my friend's ultra hyped. He wants to we need to do a cartoon series on this, but the problem I'm having with this is, if I was to make, say, a cartoon series, I'd have to make a completely different channel. Now, it's took me 2 years to make this channel, so I'm like happy with my formula. You know what I mean? Make Blender stuff, chat, bollocks. I could do that, I'm happy. That's easy. But you start saying, let's make an animation and spend like a month making an episode for it to just tank because all my people on my channel are here for like educational content. That's what also the problem with the video was, is the category I listed it in was like foreign to every single video I've ever made on my channel. I was putting it in film and animation, whereas all my videos are education. Yeah, so this channel's now, it's thoroughbred education content, so I'd have to start a new channel, start from scratch kind of thing, and it's like, I don't feel like it's worth it personally, you know what I mean? I'd rather keep making content like this. I'd rather go and make another animation and chat shit about it, rather than trying to make an honest animation and just get nowhere. For me, it was a demo reel. I wanted to apply for some jobs and have something decent to show them. I feel like I have that now. Well, it's not that great, and 2, there ain't no jobs. I had a good scour on the internet today, a good solid few hours, you know what I mean, like 4 hours looking for jobs in 3D. In as basic of a search as I could do, you know what I mean, anything in 3D, and there's nothing. In my area, the east of England, there's plenty of woodworking jobs and construction jobs. There's no office jobs. There's no like animation studios. There's nothing. There's absolutely nothing. So this is it. I just make animations for YouTube now. It can only be for fun. It will never be for profession. This is why I don't animate anymore. What's the point? You know what I mean? It tanks on views. There's no jobs in it to show anybody like, I can do it if you want to hire me. So what do I animate for now? You know what I mean? And if you remember, I made an episode about should I carry on 3D printing or should I carry on 3D animation? People basically said both. And this is like kind of helping me out explain now. Do you see where I'm coming from? You know what I mean? That animation took a long time to do. And all it did was hit a bunch of copyright barriers and like, you know, the deprecated side of audio, and it's just rubbish. You know what I mean? We had a giggle for like a minute and then it's over. I could have spent my time teaching you how to build another car, you know what I mean? Something with value. There's no value to animation. Food for thought. Comment below, what do you think? I can't find value in animation anymore. So I'm really struggling to motivate to do it. I really enjoy doing it. And outside of that, which I've done what I wanted to do, which is just make cars drift. I'd like to explore doing characters next. I've got some characters I'd like to like animate and make them do stuff. Because it would have been nice if I could just use a talking face on my tutorials instead of a talking car, you know what I mean? And then we can have like a bit of a mascot, you know what I mean? Well, we'll see how we go. We'll see how we go. I might just stick to doing the same thing over and over. I don't know. I'm waffling now, aren't I? Comment below. What did you think? See you in a bit, people. Thank you for watching. Bye-bye.